everybody. Welcome to Poorville. It's going up. Doing a little Baler action, huh?
Yeah, but you go push that hand and go straight forward, we'll raise it up toward the fence, I think. I'll tell you right away. Junction Pool over here in Poorville just playing around with a baler. Oh, wrong way. We pulled it the wrong way. Let me see if it'll start. That was my fault. I think I might, as the lines crossed. See if it'll fire up. A hot one. So I'm just playing around with this a little bit. There's a little runner up there. I think it's got air in the lines yet. Shut off button there. Yeah, so generally it's only going to go down. It's got this stopper right here, so it'll only go down so far. So your bales are going to be anywhere from this height to up here quite a ways. I just threw an old furnace in here just because it was close, and Got to cut the copper off that yet. I've been going to scrap that forever, but flatten the muffler out pretty good. I think it's got some air in the lines yet. But I think that'll probably work. I don't know. I think if I run the full stroke up and down a few times yet, that'll get that air out. Here's $40 just for them 3 fittings up there. Did a video of this quite a while ago. So this is a hydraulic power unit. Bought this at auction. They said it didn't run $35. I think it's $35. I had to put this on. Actually, my buddy put it on, but anyway. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll get some proper tin up here. Basically, this is for that small stuff. You put a big piece at the bottom just to kind of keep it all together. Just a flat sheet. Just take up the whole bottom if you can. You just throw whatever in there you want to take in, whether it's aluminum or tin or. But make them as big as you want them. Then you hook these cables on there, and it'll actually flip out on the ground. You lift it up once the cable's run. And that's that cylinder. We bought this with that cylinder leaking. Rebuild it. It's been about 2 years getting it back together. So it's working really good. I think the kit was like almost $300 for this thing. So when I'm not using it, I'm going to try to keep the cylinder all the way up. Keep the rust off it and plus grease it up. But I really greased it and everything when I put it together. It was a job, that's for sure. And then it was a job getting it in here because you couldn't jack it up with a jack because the cylinder would go all the way up into the bore. Plus you had to get that whole thing that's sticking out the top up there. And I tried jacking it up and I ended up lifting it with a forklift, but when you got it lifted high enough, you couldn't get the bolts in. So that's why we used the threaded rod. There was no way, you know, with this you could off, but this is another story in itself trying to get this thing on because you got these V things you got to line up in here. So there's one of our projects getting closer to done. This can be moved anywhere. It's got its own gas-powered power supply there. And I may have to up that pump, but that come out of a factory, so I imagine that should be pretty solid. I just think it's got air in the lines, maybe even low on fluid hydraulics. So in fact, I'm going to drain the hydraulics in its original one out and use them in here. I'll leave a little bit in there for lubrication in the original, but I'm going to put them hydraulics, and it isn't sitting on level ground neither. I just got kind of anxious and had all this stuff to move. I think I'm going to set it here so I can actually watch the thing go up and down so I can control it better. I can't see it over here. And them hoses were hoses that come with that, or them would have probably been, I think they just told me $10 a foot. When I got the fittings, I took a sample piece the same size. And so that saved me a fortune. It actually runs pretty good. I've cleaned the carburetor when I first got it. I had it running, but thanks for stopping by Poorville. I'll be doing a lot more of this when I'm picking up. My plan is just to bale the light metal. And even if you're taking it in, if you got a lot of small stuff and take it in once a month, you're not hauling a bunch of air. You're hauling pretty much mostly metal. Now the appliances and stuff, I'll have to see how it does on them. It should do all right. I get the air out of it, but mainly like the mufflers and just in general tin we got laying all over the place, or my aluminum or whatever else. But like this, if I'd had this cut up, I'd have threw this thing in there. Like I said, if you're just hauling to the yard, you may as well drop it off. But if you're waiting for the market to go back up, or just ain't ready to take it in, hopefully that'll work out. Well, thanks for stopping by Poorville. I hope you liked the video. Thumbs up, subscribe, and share. Goodbye now.